it is 9 p.m. in RTD's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have President Gele returns home after a working visit to Ghana and France. The Fares Ferjani offers Tunisia its first medals. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, returned to the country this afternoon at the end of a double mission that took him successively to Accra, the capital of Ghana, and Paris in France. In the last stop on his trip, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, made a working visit and also took part in the opening of the 2024 Olympic Games and a summit devoted to sport and sustainable development. During his stay, the President of the Republic was received at the Élysée Palace by his counterpart French President Emmanuel Macron. Following talks between the two heads of state, the official signing of the defense treaty by the two presidents was the highlight of the meeting. The signing of the treaty reflected the consolidations of an essential strategic partnership for the two countries with a view to strengthening their mutual commitment to defense and security. This new agreement will further strengthen the historic partnership between France and Djibouti and guarantee greater security in key regions of the world. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, took part in the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic Games. The first leg of his mission was to Accra, Ghana, to take part in the 6th semi-annual Coordination Summit of the African Union, which was held on Sunday, 21 July. The meeting served as a platform for analyzing the main concern of the continental organization with a view to addressing Africa's capacity for economic integration, its ability to acquire the attributes necessary for financial and political autonomy, and the tendency of its member state to favor dialogue as a means of resolving disputes. The Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Djibouti to the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Permanent Representative to the African Union, Economic Commission of Africa, Abdi Mahmoud Eibe, officially deposited in the 6 working languages of the Continental Organization on 5 July 2024 the file of the candidate of the Republic of Djibouti in the person of Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, to His Excellency Dharma Raj Basjit, Ambassador of the Republic of Mauritius to Ethiopia, Permanent Representative to the African Union and Dean of the East African Region, and then on 29 July 2024 to Professor Hajar Gul Idish, Legal Advisor to the African Union Commissioners. The deadline for the submissions of candidature being 6 August 2024. The candidacy of His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, a man of experience and seasoned diplomat with all the assets needed to meet the expectations and interests of the continent, will enable him to serve and breathe new life into the Pan-African organizations. Also taking part alongside the ambassador were Amina Musa Ali, Ms. Wafa Qasim Ali, and Usman Abdi Ali, Consular at the Djibouti Embassy in Ethiopia. As part of the project to support Djibouti's civil society organizations, the Peace and Milk Consortium and Eureka organized a conference and debate at the People's Palace on role and contributions of civil society to development priority and actions in the areas of water and sanitation and food security. Young people from civil society and representatives of sectoral ministries, in particular executives from the Ministry of Agriculture and Water, took part in this conference of debate and exchange. The event was part of a project to structure and strengthening the technical capacity of Djibouti civil society organizations in the areas of advocacy, communication, and partnership in the sector of water, sanitation, and food security, implemented by the NGO Peace and Milk Eureka Consortium. A number of issues concerning access to water, sanitation, and food security were discussed. Mr. Almi Awale, Executive Director of the NGO PLA, opened the conference by stressing the importance of the role and participation of civil society in promoting sustainable development. Mr. Almi Awali, Executive Director of the NGO PLA, said that the event was part of a project to structure and strengthen the technical capacity of Djibouti civil society organizations in the areas of advocacy, communication, and partnership in the sector of water, sanitation, and food security, implemented by the NGO Peace and Milk Eureka Consortium. A number of issues concerning access to water, sanitation, and food security were discussed. The National Union of Djiboutian Women, UNFD, has made significant progress in its fight against gender-based violence following the effective decentralization of the services of its listening, information, and guidance unit to the interior regions in partnership with USAID. A large delegation led by the General Secretary of the UNFD and the Minister of Women and Family traveled to the country's 5 interior regions to inaugurate the regional branches of UNFD's counseling unit. The Obok region was honored to be the first region to inaugurate its regional branch of the listening unit. The opening ceremony was held at the UNFD's regional headquarters in Obok. The opening ceremony was held at the regional headquarters of the UNFD in Obok. The inauguration of the regional branch of the listening unit then continued in the other regions of the interior, namely Tajorat, Dakhil Al Sabih, and finally Arta on 21 July 2024. The task of the local offices is to raise community awareness of the importance of combating gender-based violence, to forge a strategic partnership with the local authorities, NGOs, and community organizations, and to improve access to information and resources for victims. To ensure effective services, the UNFD, in collaboration with the USAID project, has trained the staff of the regional offices in the mechanism for dealing with victims. The coordinator of the Listening Information and Guidance Unit, Ms. Saharla Hassan, thanked the authorities of the interior regions and the people of the regions for their welcomes and hospitality towards the UNFD and the Minister of Women and Family delegations, and informed the people of the regions that these units have been operational since their inauguration. Colonel Wais Omar Bogore, commander of the Coast Guard, has the honor to welcome yesterday at Turale camp Ms. Yasumichi Araki, Deputy Director of the Financial Cooperation Implemented Department of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, who is in Djibouti for a working visit. On this occasion, Colonel Wais Omar Bogore presented the missions and operational capabilities of the Djibouti Coast Guard to the JICA delegations. This presentation led to an in-depth discussion during which the two parties shared their experience in maritime safety and explored opportunities to strengthen cooperation between their respective institutions. Mr. Yasumichi Araki underlined the crucial importance of the Djibouti Coast Guard's role in maritime safety and security in the Gulf of Aden and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait regions. He also praised the remarkable progress made by this institution since its creation. This working visit is part of the excellent collaboration between the of Djibouti and Japan, which is expressed through ongoing support for the Djibouti Coast Guard through training material donations and equipment, including two 35-meter patrol boats due to arrive in November 2024. The visit ended with the exchanges of gifts and a group photo to mark his memorable visit. Every year in July, Djibouti City finds itself in the relentless grip of the Khamsin, a wind synonymous with the intense heat and heightened danger. Gulfs of this sand and dust laden. Wind can reach 50 km by hour, creating fertile ground for fires. Visibility is reduced, increasing the risks of accidents and incidents. The Khamsin sets in during this period, sweeping everything in its path. During this period, the slightest spark can quickly turn into an uncontrollable fire, ravaging everything in its path. The threat is constant, and everyone's vigilance is essential to prevent fires and protect lives and property. The Civil Protection Authority are constantly calling for caution. They urge the public never to leave a fire unattended, whether in a kitchen and elsewhere, and to be extremely vigilant. Fighting fires during the hunting season is a constant battle. Our fire soldiers are the affection caused by the fires. Their courage and commitment deserve to be applauded. For his part, he said, remember that the Khamsin is still blowing, so everyone must remain on their guard and scrupulously apply the safety instructions in these crucial times. Caution is more than ever the mother of safety. For further clarifications, the Second Lieutenant Hamza Ali Hussein, head of the Prevention and Prediction Department, he urged the public never to leave a fire unattended, whether the kitchens and elsewhere, and to be extremely vigilant. Fighting fires during the Khamsin season is a constant battle. Our fire soldiers, as they are affectionately known, fight with skills, dedication, and professionalism to save human lives and limit the damage caused by fires. As part of the driving licenses training project initiated by the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the practical driving test for 40 young people from the Tajara region took place on Monday, 29 July 2024, under the supervision of inspector from the mine department. This initiative is part of the MGC's strategy to provide young people in the regions with the practical skills and concrete opportunities for economic integration. The aim of the project is to equip young people in Tajora with the skills they need to drive safely and responsibly while improving their employability and independence. The practical test sessions enable participants to demonstrate the skills they had acquired during their training. Mines inspector ensured that the assessments were carried out rigorously and fairly, guaranteeing that each candidate was assessed according to high road safety standards. In this afternoon magazine, we will be talking about plastic bags which are a real environmental scourge, deforming our immediate environment and ending up. Listen for more details.
The preservation of a quality living environment for populations and biodiversity is the main vision of the economy linked to promote a balance between economic development, ocean resources, commonly called blue economy. With its 314-kilometer coastline stretching from the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean, passing through the Strait of Bab el-Mandab, with its coastline and its energy and fishery resources, the Republic of Djibouti enjoys a capital important seafarer. Djibouti is committed to making the blue economy an engine of growth and sustainable development of productive sectors such as fishing, aquaculture, tourism, transport, shipbuilding, energy, prospering, underwater mining, and related activities. Through this strategy, the government intends to create the conditions for the attractiveness of public and private, national and/or international investment for its implementation. The development of the blue economy is a real opportunity for the diversification of the economy of our country. to concretize the reliability and the implementation of the Conference on the Regional Strategy of the Blue Economy, which was held back in April 2022 in Addis Ababa. The Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, in collaboration with the Intergovernmental Authority for Development, IGAD, had developed a two-day National Strategy Validation and Adaptation workshop for the entire traditional blue economy sector, which ended at the Sheraton Hotel. The objective of this workshop is to raise awareness among stakeholders on strengthening the role of the blue economy in sustainable development as an engine of growth. The Blue Growth Initiative is a framework combined and financially supported by Sweden in the IGAD region, which includes 8 countries. As a participant from the coastline region, Mr. Makki Hamad Gaba indicated that the concept of blue economy incorporates a new approach in the sustainable economic exploitation of the resources of oceans, lakes, rivers, and other water in the conservation of aquatic ecosystems. The sectors identified as falling within the blue economy in Djibouti are, among others, port and maritime activities, fishing, salt exploitation, the Jiba Company for the export of fishery products, Djibouti Telecom for its essential channels for the transport of information flows, nearly 500 cable cross our sea depths to transmit data. The health of oceans, coasts, and freshwater ecosystems is paramount for economic growth and food production, but it is also essential in the fight against global warming. The servicing of this initiative, a Blue Economy project, is a source of hope for sustainable diversification of the Djiboutian economy. We cannot be so poor when we have such rich seas. Therefore, our country must develop in the field of sustainable blue economy so that all economic activities deriving from the sea can benefit the whole population.
For the international scene, Palestinian victims of the Israeli war, the Gaza Strip's Ministry of Health announced on Sunday that 39,363 Palestinians had been killed and 19,923 wounded in the Israeli war since 7 October 2023. This is according to the ministry's daily bulletin on the numbers of the dead and wounded in the ongoing Israeli war on the 297th day in the besieged enclaves. The Israeli occupation has committed 3 massacres against families in the Gaza Strip, including 39 martyrs and 93 wounded in hospitals in the last 24 hours. The ministry said there are still a number of victims trapped under the rubble and on the roads, but ambulances and civil protection team cannot reach them, the same sound sources explained. And to close up this edition, the Californian Department of Forestry and Fire Protection released a video on Monday showing firefighters attempting to extinguish the deadly flames caused by a large wildfire is currently raging in the U.S. The large forest fire currently raging in California, known as the Park Fire, has spread to more than 370,000 acres as of Monday. The Californian Department of Forestry and Fire Protection released a video on Monday showing firefighters attempting to extinguish the deadly flames caused by a large fire currently raging in the U.S. The Park Fire broke out in dramatic circumstances. On Wednesday, authorities say a man started the fire by pushing a burning vehicle into the gully filled with dry brushes in a park in Chico. Fueled by the hot temperature, dry brushes, and gusty winds, the fire spread rapidly, doubling in size several times in the space of a few hours. Similar conditions affected by the western U.S. state through the month, with the forest areas in Oregon, Washington, and parts of Canada also experiencing forest fires. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.